Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los,
Hollywood Kev,
and welcome to the first episode of the Noize of 2019. Clap it up for the new year.
Still, it's crazy to me that it's 2019 now. Like,
Bruh, 2018.
I still be thinking it's 2018.
2018 just happened.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually kind of proud of myself. Well, first of all, follow us on the big three: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network on beatnetworkonline.com. Now, I'm surprised I didn't have that classic New Year date fuck up.
Oh,
you know, when you actually write the date down.
Yeah, I ain't wrote the date.
You hit him with the 19, but you actually write 18. Like, wait, nope.
Yeah,
Let me just get a new piece of paper. Let me start this over real quick. So I'm surprised I haven't had that. Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year.
I'm happy that we're in this new year. Mm-hmm. You know, we've been discussing things. We're only a week in. We can't necessarily, go through everything that's going on right now. But when it's time, trust and believe, we will be bragging on the show as we do so well. Yeah. But we're barely a week into the new year, and there's so many great things going on. Mm-hmm. This show is a day late, only because I think we were the only show that didn't take a holiday.
Yeah. Not only that, man, I was tired yesterday.
Then there's that.
I was dog tired yesterday.
Yeah, so we didn't get a chance to put it out. But here we are on a Monday, which is, almost like our secondary day. Mm-hmm. And goddamn, what an episode for the first episode of the year.
Yeah, we got one for him.
Now, we did put the promotion up. And before we did that, we were watching. You watched the documentary before me.
Yeah. And
Kev texted me like, yo, did you watch the Surviving RKelly documentary? I'm like, no, I'm going to watch it tonight so that way we can talk about it on the show. Mm. And he was like, dog, like, watch it.
Yeah. I mean,
so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I ended up hitting him after 2 episodes. I said, yeah, this is the whole episode. This is the only thing we need to touch on.
Yeah.
So if you saw the promotion, we are going to dive into the Surviving RKelly documentary from Lifetime. Before we get into that, I do want to kind of circle back to the whole New Year's thing or New Year thing. We're really excited for a lot of things we got coming up. And if you're following us, we appreciate you. Continue to follow us.
Absolutely.
This is your first experience with us. First of all, welcome. Goddamn it, welcome. Take the shoes off, get comfortable. And definitely follow us going forward because it's a lot that's about to happen this year.
Yeah.
I know we said that at the beginning of last year. And even though we did a lot, we accomplished a lot. For me to personally feel like we only got 70% out the way with the amount of stuff that we actually accomplished last year, we're going to double that.
Yeah. This year. Yeah, this year is going to be one. It's going to be one with the books.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So if you're not already following what we're doing here at Beat Network, definitely get on board because we don't want you to miss out. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a really great situation going forward. Yeah. We're really excited for everything going on. One thing I did want to talk about before we get into the documentary, and the only reason I'm mentioning this is because they mentioned dude on the RKelly documentary, and that was Chuck Berry. Mm-hmm. So story time with Los. It's returning. First story time with Los in 2019. Thank God it's not my story. But nigga, I found this out from a meme, and then it got confirmed at Dave Chappelle's comedy show.
What was the meme?
Did you know Chuck Berry has a sex tape?
No.
The king of rock and roll.
No, I did not know this.
Oh, then let me talk.
I don't want to see it.
No. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna walk you through it. I'm gonna walk everybody through it.
Okay, do that.
For those that don't know. So I saw this meme. And what's funny is this is the exact same way I found out that Jimi Hendrix had a sex tape.
I didn't know that either.
Yes, Jimi Hendrix has a sex tape.
Wow.
He's a threesome with 2 white women.
And I just watched a documentary not too long with Jimi Hendrix in it. Yeah.
But does that surprise you that Jimi Hendrix has a sex tape?
It doesn't surprise me. Especially with 3 white women. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
And I'm sitting there like, damn, Jimmy got a sex. Everybody got a fucking sex tape. Same way I found out about Jimi Hendrix sex tape is how I found out about Chuck Berry's sex tape. Oh, but I was not prepared for what was on this goddamn sex tape.
Oh, you actually seen it?
Yeah, of course I had to. I'm like,
wow.
Because I couldn't fathom Chuck fucking Berry has a sex tape. Yeah. So I find the tape. And let me also say, there's no sex had in this sex tape.
Oh.
So let me just introduce.
That sounds bad already.
Prepare everyone's mental palate for that. There's no sex that's had in this
So
sex
is it
tape.
considered a sex tape still?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
I'll let you explain.
Sure. So the tape opens up and it's very, poorly filmed, obviously. It's not too much.
Sex tape. It's supposed to be
Exactly. And it's this random white chick, which we found out was a prostitute, taking a bath.
Oh.
And out of nowhere, you hear, "Oh, you just getting clean?" So I'm like, well, there's Chuck. We know Chuck's here.
That don't sound like some weird. Just getting clean. That sounds like some weird
She's like,
shit.
yeah, taking a bath. And all of a sudden, you see this ashy black ass walk on camera, and it's Chuck Berry.
Oh, wow.
And so he's looking at, just getting clean. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna give you a reason.
Is he saying it's into the camera or?
No, he's saying this to the prostitute.
Oh,
That's
wow.
taking the fakest looking bath ever. So he's like, I'm gonna give you a reason to get clean.
Oh.
So Chuck Berry pulls out his Chuck Berry, and
I like what you did. I like that.
but here's how it fucks you up, because you realize this is old footage.
Right.
So at some point it stopped.
Right.
But he takes his dick out and he's about to get head from her.
Uh-huh.
So you think. So he puts it in the mouth. This is a very explicit episode, by the way. So this is your first time listening.
Yeah, if you got kids, I wouldn't let them listen to this
Welcome
episode.
to the motherfucking Noize. We talk a whole lot of shit about everything. So it starts with her, about to give him head.
Uh-huh.
And then the scene flashes. And Chuck Berry is peeing in her mouth.
No.
He's peeing in her mouth. He's peeing on her. He's like, yeah, rub it in. Rub it in.
Oh,
dirty.
no.
Real dirty. Oh, my God. You think that's like the end of the story? No, my nigga. This is the middle. So.
Wait, hold up. But she just let him do it. This is.
Just let it go down. So then she tries to kiss him.
Oh, no.
And of course, Chuck says, "No, you're dirty."
No, I just piss in your mouth. You know you can't
Shits
kiss
on
me.
all that.
You can't kiss me. You just
So
piss in your
then,
mouth.
it flashes to another scene of him getting topped off on the couch. I'm like, okay, that's the most normal shit
Right.
we've seen in the sex tape. Then mind you, this sex tape is about 6 minutes long.
Huh.
And again, it's recorded odd.
Right.
So then it flashes to the next scene, and this is when
I can tell by your face. He's like, this is when I lost it.
this is when my opinion of Chuck Berry changed forever. I already knew the nigga was a pedophile, but nigga. So anyway,
Wait, this girl wasn't underage, was she?
nah, she was of age.
Okay.
But Chuck Berry has a song where he's talking about him fucking a 16-year-old.
Right.
So anyway, he's laying on bed with the same prostitute, and she's giving him
Dirty
head.
prostitute.
The same dirty prostitute. He's giving him head. This nigga, first of all, Chuck Berry had to be in gymnastics before he hit the big time. This is one of the most flexible motherfuckers you ever seen in your life. This nigga lifts his legs and goes, "Give my asshole a little kiss."
Wait.
Again, people, go watch the tape. I'm making none of this up.
This shit made me have hiccups. Are you
He
serious?
says, "Give my asshole a little kiss."
Oh,
so
man.
my first thought is, oh my God, I'm about to watch Chuck Berry get his ass ate. And then I'm like, why does getting your ass ate go back decades? Why have niggas been doing this shit for decades? That don't make no damn sense.
And why is it Chuck Berry the one getting it?
Right. This is generational ass eating, generational salad tossing. I'm like, why does this shit go back so far? Like, who was the first person to get their ass ate and be like, this ain't half bad. This ain't the end. So as she goes down and you hear her eating Chuck Berry's ass, it's very gross and very weird sentence to say. It doesn't sit on the tongue straight. But
Sit on the tongue. I don't know why I'm just picturing the dude laying on his couch.
Chuck Berry, ashy knees in the air.
Yeah, I'm just picturing ashy knees in the air. And I'm picturing saying with a song, "Give my ass."
But I shit you not. I shit you not. As she is eating this man's ass, out of nowhere, you hear the wettest fart. What's crazy?
Okay.
What's crazy is it wasn't like a, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even one of the ones, you know.
It was one of where you think he made shit on
Right,
himself?
you know, like you know how you got the ones where you try not to get caught, but you get caught right at the end where it comes out like, you know what I'm saying? I'm killing Kev right now.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't one of them.
Oh.
It was one of the ones that once you realized you farted, one, you didn't mean for it to be that loud. And two, you started prairie dogging like, whoa, I got a clenched cheek. I can't let this go further.
So he had his ass.
She's eating
clenched while he's eating.
She's eating, no, because obviously he was spread eagle. You know what I'm saying? He was in full gymnastics mode right now. He was all yoga.
Oh my goodness.
So she's eating his ass. And this nigga, again, it goes, you know what this nigga says when it happens? First of all, she backs the fuck up like, yo.
Something coming out of there.
Just in case. Like, I'm getting the fuck. Last time I came with this nigga mouth open, I got pee in my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
But you know what's crazy? You know what Chuck Berry said after he did it? Ooh.
Oh my god. Yo. Hey. This shit made me really cry like wait, what did she say? Or what did
she went back to eating his ass.
No.
She was on the clock, nigga. She got to make that check. You tripping. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So if you haven't yet,
watch Chuck Berry get his ass eaten.
Do yourself a favor. Go watch Chuck Berry sex tape. It's 6 minutes. There's no fucking.
Hey.
It's a quick run.
Pause it again. I gotta pee.
Okay. So there's going to be a really weird portion of the recording right here.
Oh
because
my gosh.
I paused so Kev could watch the scene. So Kev, you now being exposed to something you'll never forget.
Oh no, I'll never forget that. Oh my, I bet not ever see Chuck Berry in person.
I think he's dead.
Oh, I was gonna say I bet not ever see him. I'll be like, yo, really? Kiss it?
You can't help but to be disappointed in a nigga like, come on, Chuck.
Right, you had a prostitute, and okay, fine, you got one, but this is what you chose to do with her.
But you know what?
Farting her.
And at first I was like, you know, I don't think he meant to do that. But I'm like,
jumped back, was like, ooh.
But I'm. She was, huh? And he was, ooh.
I want to talk to this prostitute. I want to talk to her. I want to know what was going through her mind when this happened.
When this shit resurfaced, somebody should have reached out for a comment.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God. So if you need to cleanse your palate from Surviving R. Kelly, go ahead and check out the Chuck Berry sex tape.
They need to make one called Surviving Chuck Berry.
Right.
And it's just a prostitute talking about that experience. That's all it is.
Well, it was just a plethora of prostitutes. He farted in my mouth. Like they all just sitting in one row. What did he say before he farted in your mouth? And in unison, give my asshole a little kiss.
They got AA meetings for the prostitutes. Hi, my name is Susan, and I too have been farted in your mouth.
He got more prostitutes. It tasted like cheddar biscuits and cheddar biscuits and wine. I think he was at Red Lobster.
He wasn't very healthy. Yo,
he said he got a colon cleanse, but I don't think. I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness! Right. Like he didn't. You can tell he didn't mean for it to happen.
But he didn't give a fuck.
Right, it happened. He was like, I don't care.
Keep eating my.
And she went back into
She went
it. Like ain't nothing happened.
She was on the clock.
Oh my!
She was on the clock. Oh God! All right.
Oh man!
So how do we transition from Chuck Berry sex tape
Hey, yo, that might have, a little snippet might have to be on the cover somewhere. or just like have him with a picture of him with his spread eagle.
His legs behind
but you can't
R.
see
Kelly
nothing.
face.
Yes. That gotta be the, bruh. Ooh.
Ooh.
From now on, when little shit happen, I would do that. Ooh.
Anytime it's some sketchy shit going on.
Ooh.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, now we gotta get serious. All right.
All right.
All right, cool. So, okay. Surviving R. Kelly.
Ooh. All right.
Oh, shit. So, this was a 3-night docuseries. 2 episodes each night. Of course, I caught it on the stream.
Right.
Because anytime it aired, I was at work.
Right.
And one thing I do want to touch on is what I took from it isn't like, oh, I didn't know any of this. These are all things.
You knew he was a piece of shit beforehand.
You knew he was a piece of shit.
Right. You went into it like he's a piece of shit. But let me see how much of a piece of shit you are.
To know to the extent
Yeah.
of a piece of shit he was.
Right.
And the control that he had over these women.
Yeah.
You know, listening to the stories and how everything go down, like, it's sad because you think about how they went after Cosby, guns blazing. But it's little black girls and a brown girl, as we saw, and everyone just chalked that shit up. And that just blew my head. And to be honest with you, you know, this is something I've always known, that black women are, you know, the most unprotected women on the face of this earth. But I look at all that and the fact that there are people still caping for R. Kelly, men and women alike, which is also weird.
Yeah.
But there are people still caping for R. Kelly. Like, no, they lying. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah. Everybody not lying.
Everybody can't be lying. Are there situations where there's a bunch of motherfuckers lying? Absolutely. But one thing with this documentary, and we talked about it in the car, the fact that every girl that spoke, I'm glad they didn't get every last one of them. Remember, it was like 30 women that said he did it.
Because some of them women probably,
are just looking for the bag, right? But every woman that spoke had a paper trail, that led back to R. Kelly. I met R. Kelly through Sparkle because that's my aunt. I met R. Kelly because I met him at a concert. Here's a picture of us here, a picture of us there.
Right.
All this shit had a paper trail.
Or I met R. Kelly because he came to our high school gym to play basketball.
Yeah. We'll definitely touch on that. One thing that I recognize, and this really fucked my head up, is R. Kelly has been a piece of shit for every major generation.
If we being completely honest, at least in our lifetime, he's been a piece of shit the entire time.
But no, exactly. But that's what I mean. Generation X, we were young,
right?
When when Age of Number came out. But Generation X, they were old enough to be able to follow everything. Generation X watched R. Kelly marry Aaliyah. The millennial generation,
and condoned it too,
right? The millennial generation watched R. Kelly have sex with and piss on a 14-year-old girl.
Right.
Generation Z knows R. Kelly as holding women captive in a sex cult.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
And the fact that he's been able to get away with it.
And get away with it for so long.
Yeah, we seen how quickly, like you said, that came with Cosby. We still waiting on them to do what they're going to do with Weinstein, but yeah.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation. I really want to say it to the end.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because a lot of people...
Yeah.
I want to touch on that as well.
Let's break this R. Kelly thing down.
No, I definitely want to get
Let's break it down. Who we want to start with first?
So we'll start with episode 1, the Pied Piper R&B. Just from a producer standpoint, I hate when the purpose of a documentary, the purpose of anything is meant to highlight someone as like the worst person in the world, a piece of shit. But then you open it up in a way that you want to create sympathy for him.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all watch the documentary, it opens up with them talking about him being molested as a child and how that lasted for like damn near 7 years. And, you know, when he started really getting into his bag as an artist, stuff like that. Like you look, and then we've already heard this from R. Kelly, from his book and an I Admit record and all this other stuff. But it's one of those situations where if it had been anyone else, and if it was like a one-time situation, that would have made me be like, damn, we really didn't take this all into consideration.
What do you mean by that?
So like,
if he had, like, it was one time he got molested, or
right? Like if he got, because he was molested for 6 or 7 years. Mm-hmm. If he take away the sex tape, take away everything. Mm-hmm. If he had just fucked with one kid, I still would have been like, dog, you're a piece of shit.
Right.
But I get why you're sick.
Right. I
get
what you're saying.
Him, I can't feel sympathy for him because you were able to recognize where this was wrong. Mm-hmm. You were able to recognize your trauma from being sexually molested, and you fed into it.
Yeah.
He even did an interview with Tavis Smiley where he says being molested woke up sexual urges that weren't supposed to be woke up yet.
Right.
I'm like, no, nigga, that's not the case. Right. People are getting molested as kids. And
I was going to say that. It's a lot. Excuse me. It's a lot of people that's been molested before, and they ain't went to the extreme that you're
right. They're trauma. They're not. There's people that got molested as kids and were scared to have sex after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He went through this, and all it did was like, oh, well, bet I like having sex, and apparently it's cool for an adult to have sex with a kid. So that's what I'm on. Mm-hmm. That's just where I'm at. That old beginning, I felt no sympathy. I was just like, this motherfucker is sick. This nigga recognizes that he's sick,
right,
and did nothing about it.
Didn't care. Oh, I'm sick. Fuck it.
Exactly. I'm just gonna do me.
Yeah.
Men, go to the fucking counselor. Point blank. Period.
Yeah. Address
what you got going on. The shit ain't that fucking bad. Go to the counseling, get counseling, see therapy, whatever the fuck you need. Cause that shit is wild when I saw that.
Yeah, that shit was different. It was different. And like I said before, it's a ton of people that's unfortunately been molested and they ain't with those extremes. Like,
right.
At all. Like, yeah. R.Kelly's a piece of shit. Simply, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. And like you said before, it's one thing to have something unfortunate like that happen and you go about life, but you're kind of oblivious to that. But you knew what you were doing was foul, yet you continue to do it. You knew what was happening to you was foul, yet you continue to do it. You're a piece of shit.
Absolutely. And it is crazy because his brother mentioned that he was also touched.
Mm-hmm. Which is his younger brother, right?
Right, his younger brother. And he brought it to R.Kelly. And R.Kelly was like, nah, that didn't happen to you.
Nah, yeah.
So when he brought that to him all the while this was going on, I can't blame child R.Kelly for how he reacted because as kids, everybody makes stupid fucking decisions as a kid.
Right.
Where my fault with R.Kelly comes in is when common sense started to take over.
Absolutely.
When you hit 16, 17, it's like, I'm still a child.
But I know.
I get it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I know right from wrong.
And it seems like when he hit that age, he just ran with the feeling that he's been feeling throughout his life. We're going to just run through the episodes and then really deep dive into a conversation about this. We just want to kind of catch people up for if you didn't see it, so you guys know what we're talking about. Episode 2, Hiding in Plain Sight. We laughed way too much in the beginning. My whole throat.
Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah.
It's a lot going on right now. Hiding in Plain Sight. This one, to be completely honest, call me extra, do whatever you want. This one broke my heart because Aaliyah, episode 2 touches on the marriage and their entire relationship. One thing that that got said that really broke my heart was when they said they were on the tour bus and they hit a speed bump and R. Kelly's door popped open. And the girl that was speaking there saying R. Kelly was having sex with Aaliyah. It's like you knew, but to actually hear it come out like that, it broke my fucking heart.
It did something to you. It did something to you. I agree with you. Excuse me. I agree with you. I don't even want to say issue. The only thing that I'm kind of look at it is, Aaliyah, you knew right from wrong too, sweetheart.
Her parents definitely did.
Yeah, you knew you shouldn't be marrying this dude that's damn near twice your age. Like it shouldn't happen.
Now, only reason I'm going to disagree, I'm going to disagree there is because she was 14, 15. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm saying that is because, you know, you look at the situation. Kids are the most impressionable. You manipulate a kid, no fucking problem. Think about the amount of time that they were spending with each other. There's who knows what this nigga did because he obviously had the gift of gab to get her parents to leave her alone with this nigga 24/7. You know what I mean?
Well, the way I look at that is, even though I do know kids that age are impressionable, but the way I look at it is, at the end of the day, you still know right from wrong. We do know people that have gotten married super young, but you're 15, like, now I get it. You know what I mean? He may have said some shit, or you're spending time together, you're working on your career, may have offered a bag to your parents, or whatever. I get that. You know what I mean? He was covering his tracks to make it. I get that. But at the end of the day, you knew right from wrong. You knew at bare minimum that you shouldn't be marrying this dude that's twice your age. You shouldn't be marrying anybody.
I really just feel like in their situation, she may have looked at it like they're not gonna like it. I'm being real, dog. I'm not trying to cape for anything like that.
I get that because when you're at that age, you do shit and you're like, my parents ain't gonna like it, but
they ain't gonna like it. They're gonna be mad at me or whatever. It probably got looked at like still in bubblegum,
right? And I'm not saying that wasn't the case.
But another situation with that, when you're that young, and again, kids are impressionable. Yeah, you're supposed to really know what's what's supposed to be happening, what's not supposed to be happening. I don't think she looked at it as this is right or wrong. I really do think she looked at it as they're not going to like this, but I can make my own decisions because I feel as if I'm in love. You could think all day I knew this shit was wrong, but she honestly believed that she was in love with this nigga.
Okay.
So you're going to make decisions. Now imagine, think about the things that you've done in love with a woman older, with sense. You've done some shit that you look back and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
No, I get that.
She wasn't, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't focusing on the fact that what I'm doing is wrong because this man's 27 and I'm 14. She's focused on the fact that I want my family here. Yeah, she did make those decisions, but she made those decisions as a child.
No, I get that. You know I get that. That's what I'm saying. I get that she made a decision and it wasn't completely, she probably wasn't in the right mind frame. I get that, but she knew she shouldn't be doing that.
All right. So with this episode, dude even said, I was there when they got married. He had old girl say, I saw them having sex. And I think at one point they mentioned she got pregnant.
Did she? I don't remember.
I can't remember. I can't remember, but if Corey the corrector is listening, let us know. He really does need this segment. I think that they either mentioned that she was pregnant on this one or the VH1 documentary. Remember, there was a whole nother RKelly documentary. So it was one or the other. So watching all that go down, like I said, man, it hurt because it's Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And we will never know what, you know what I'm saying, trauma she suffered after that.
Right. Yeah.
We'll never know because the only thing we know is she had the 2 albums when she was younger, then she just disappeared. And then
she was doing movies and stuff, but yeah.
In between, because she dropped
not early on, but I'm saying she did. You know, she had a movie with Jet Li. I think she had
that was like 2001.
That was after the fact.
That was all kind of in the same year because she came back. When did Nutty Professor come out? That was 98.
I think so, 98, 99, something like that.
Maybe 97.
It was late 90s.
It kind of seemed like she
late 90s.
while I'm looking at it, she may have actually stayed on in the public eye that entire time. I could really be wrong.
But either way, I get where you were going with it.
But, you know, the fact that she was in and out of
limelight,
the limelight all this time, we don't know what the fuck that did.
That's very true.
This could have been something that really fucked her up, and we could have saw, the results of this had she been able to live, past the age that she died. So it's really weird when you look at it. And then as she gets older and she understands why it was wrong, that instantly becomes guilt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That instantly becomes a problem. You know, another thing I look at, fast forwarding, Aaliyah died engaged to Dame Dash. What made him greenlight the Best of Both Worlds album?
You know, I was going to get to that later on. It made me think, because, when I remember it was a song that came out of that one, and it was fire. He was like, okay, these two, Jay and, this is
Not Guilty record, yeah.
Right. And I remember when they were going on tour, they kept having issues. Tour dates was getting canceled and stuff like that, which made me think, what if when they made the initial song, whatever the case is, Jay really ain't know that it was like that. You know what I mean? Cause this is before everything. He really ain't know it was like that. And then once they started going on tour and getting in a studio together, that's when he was able to see, this motherfucker, wow. And he was canceled. Right. Cause remember, that's when or on the show, they was talking about how in the studio he had certain rooms and certain barrels. Maybe, you know, when he was on tour, he really got to see, like, wait a minute, this dude, he need to get the fuck up out of here.
Right.
Maybe that's what destroyed the tour. Again, that's a scolding hot take, but I thought about that too. I thought about that too.
But yeah, I look at that and I'm like, dog, I'm with this one. Well, first, I think at this time she's already gone. Trying to think of the timeline.
When what came out?
When Best of Both Worlds came out, the original.
I think she had just
like
was
02,
gone.
03?
Yeah, I think she was just gone.
Yeah, if it was after 01, she was already gone because she passed and then 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
So Best of Both Worlds come out, and it's under RKelly. I'm like, I'm not caping for, you know, my, you know, almost widow ex who was married to her at 4. I don't want any relationship with him. And it's crazy because one thing that we took away from this documentary, that money is a motherfucker. Money is a motherfucker.
You got money and you know the right people.
You can get away with anything that you want to.
Exactly.
And literally get away with murder at that.
Yeah.
So you look at all that shit and I don't know. It makes you look at the music industry different as well. There's a lot of people that collaborated with RKelly.
You're right.
Knowing all these things.
You're right.
And one thing I also noticed with it, kind of jumping ahead still, is RKelly is the equivalent of a smart, dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because he
may not know how to read and write, but he know how to manipulate a motherfucker. He know how to
manipulate, and then he knows how to cover his tracks. As we watch this man fuck a 14-year-old, and he kept giving you hit after hit after hit after hit.
It's funny because I remember they said in a video, probably, or in the documentary, probably early on, it was like he got accused for, you know, all this stuff, and then he dropped
Happy People.
No, it was before that. He dropped Ignition.
Oh, Ignition, right. That was, if you think about it, that was his last spell of doing the super sex music. Because Chocolate Factory.
Chocolate Factory, he had some sex music on
No, he had some sex music on it, but compared to what 12 Play was and TV2.com was.
Yeah.
That nigga was really dialed pat. Like, I just want to be happy. I just want to hug people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what makes it even worse is not only was he dropping hit, he was dropping timeless hits.
Yeah.
So that easily distracted motherfuckers. Oh man, he can't do that. He made Ignition.
It's funny because
you know
I remember they got this. I seen it surfacing after during the documentary things, the episode of the Boondocks where he was in a car room with RKelly. That came on. And it was like they started playing the song. He's like, this motherfucker been touching kids or whatever the case is, and he just played a hit. Like, y'all need help.
That's true.
That's true. Like we see adults or people even our generation. Oh yeah, he make Thomas. I can separate the music and the man. I can to a certain extent.
It depends what you're doing.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
I could separate dumbass Kanye and his Twitter from College Dropout to Graduation.
You're right.
And no, 808, I'll get 808 to Heartbreak too.
Yeah,
I can separate that.
You can separate that. Can't separate you touching
fucking
on
kids.
Yeah, I can't separate that. Nah.
And another thing that fucked me up is. And then I gotta keep back to these episodes. We're only on episode 2. Another thing that fucked me up is we said on this show a while ago that when you want to listen to RKelly records, like, no, I can't listen to the sex shit anymore.
I can't listen to nothing that
exactly
except one song. That's only because even though he's not on it, he wrote it, and that's clubbing. Mark uses clubbing. But I don't care what nobody say. That shit go.
But see the thing,
but he didn't speak. He just wrote it.
What makes that weird is what I was getting to.
And Joe Budden's my favorite verse. He ain't write that verse, so okay.
You know where I'm at, right? That nigga was going.
Yeah, he was killing that shit.
What makes it weird still is the fact that you don't know if these sex records were written about minors he was sleeping with.
No, yes we do. And a lot of the stuff he was saying that, yes, we do. A lot, not every record. We don't know about every record, but for a lot of the hit records,
we don't know. We don't know which ones is which.
For a lot of the hit records, though, we know that shit was minor inspired.
Right. So that's when you say, okay, I'm not listening to none of the sex shit. A lot of motherfuckers found out through this documentary that he wrote, "You Are Not Alone" for Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And "You Are Not Alone" was written because one of the women, one of the girls that he was sleeping with, one of the children, got pregnant and miscarried. I'm like,
wasn't that his wife?
No.
Oh shit.
It was one of like the little 14 or 15-year-old girls.
That's fucking crazy.
She miscarried, and he wrote "You Are Not Alone" inspired by that. Now think about it. Think about the video "You Are Not Alone."
Yeah, the video
throughout
was nuts.
the video,
cause I mean, the video had controversy. It was nuts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had him, his girl, and his baby were all just butt naked on clouds. I'm like, this
sheets.
song was dedicated to a minor that lost her baby. Bruh, that changes his entire catalog to me.
Absolutely.
Like you just that I can't. I'm pretty sure
it's only one song I think that's not like sex inspired, but I don't like the song, and that's that Step in the Name of, you know what I mean? I hate that song, but that's the only song that's not inspired by like sex, I think.
That was his caping record. That was the record he had to make while he was on trial.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, we ain't about sex, we about love.
That's when he had the mask on.
Exactly.
Like we ain't know he was touching
and he
kids.
was telling niggas he was the Pied Piper.
Right.
Who leads the kids with music. Whole nother story. But that changed all his records to me. Episode 3, sex tape scandal. Very fucking difficult to watch.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. I remember somebody had my freshman year. One of the Asian guys, he had it, and he was like, "Yeah, I got that tape, whatever the case is." And I remember he gave it to me, and it took me like a good 3 days to even watch. Like, it was sitting on my backpack forever. But when I finally turned, I didn't watch the whole thing. Definitely didn't watch the whole thing.
And I was gonna say the exact same thing. It was
I watched a little bit, and I
things-
was like, "Wait a minute, that is R. Kelly." I turned it off. Yeah.
Exactly. Like as a kid, you're like,
This ain't
R.
right.
Kelly got a sex tape. Because think about it. Before R. Kelly was what? Pam Anderson.
Yeah.
So like you're okay. There's another sex tape out.
Right.
But then they're even saying this is the kid he slept with. You're like, what? And you watch it, and
soon
then
as you say it,
eventually
you
you get
like-
to the point you're like, wait.
That is Kales, and I'm turning this shit off.
This is child porn.
Right, I'm turning this
You know
shit
what I'm saying?
off, right.
You instantly click, you let that shit go. But everyone that has have at least seen the intro to the tape.
Yeah.
So when they go through the sex tape and talk about what went down, Sparkle admitted that this was her niece, which for the first time to me, I could be wrong again. First time to me, we put at least some kind of trace on old girl, because to me, to my knowledge, her identity's been hidden since then. She's probably been one of the few people that's just remained unseen since all that shit went down.
Gotcha.
But yeah, really hard to watch. And they talk about the other stuff that was going on, the other women that were victims, and one of them said straight up, like, I've had threesomes with that girl,
Right.
with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
So what's crazier is you're watching this video, and around that time, we thought it was just her, because everyone always referenced Aaliyah. Like, listen, he married Aaliyah. You know he's probably fucking this 14-year-old
Right.
girl.
Right. Yep.
So to know now that there were a plethora of children,
Yeah.
that nigga used to pray outside of his high school, and that's a pray with the E, outside his high school to, you know what I'm saying, to bring up different
And
girls.
McDonald's and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's another thing too. Fuck everyone that knew this shit was going on. Fuck everyone on his team who was flying these girls back and forth.
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck everyone that was around. Like,
if you knew, yeah, fuck you.
like you could definitely tell his producer. They said he was a producer for like 30 years. He was like, there were some girls that I was just like, she's way too young.
But you still did.
But you said nothing, my nigga. Like,
nothing. You just let it rock.
at some point, you got to jaw this nigga. You got to hit R. Kelly in the mouth. Or something.
Yeah. Shit, I might well hit this nigga in the mouth if I see him in
Still,
person.
right?
Yeah.
he may still need to get these hands.
Yeah.
So they go into the trial, and you know Sparkles, you know, says that's R. Kelly or whatever, and they watch the video and all this other stuff. It's still just perplexing. How do you get off?
Yeah. But then again, you got some sick fuck, obviously, that does.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's a few sick fucks on that jury, because I can't watch.
Oh, you talking about the jury? I thought you meant like get off as in.
Oh, like get off. Yeah, I just realized that how that could have been taken.
But yeah, even there, the jury, like, get fuck out of here.
Right. It doesn't make sense
Makes
because
no sense.
No one looks like R. Kelly.
Yeah,
Like, let's
exactly.
be honest. No one just
Exactly.
looks like R. Kelly. So to see this man doing this thing with this person that you know is obviously a fucking minor, but they did mention how what hurt the case is the girl didn't speak up, the parents didn't speak up. The only person that spoke up was her uncle, and this nigga said that ain't my niece.
Yeah, for doing the shit for the back. To me, it don't matter. I don't care who don't speak up. It's a tape.
Right.
We can visually see you being inappropriate with this minor.
Right,
I don't give a damn who don't speak up.
Right. Let's just say this ain't your niece. That's
Right.
still a fucking 14-year-old girl.
minor. Hypothetically, so if this girl was an orphan and this was happening, they just, nobody spoke up, so just let it rock. Really?
Right.
No, it's still fucking minor. Fuck out of here.
Now 5 and 6, I'm gonna merge together because they were about the same thing, and that's the most recent stuff with the missing women.
We ain't here for. Missing 4.
4 was the trial.
No,
3 was
that
the
was
sex
3.
tape.
Oh, the trial. Okay.
3 was the sex tape. 4 was the trial. 5 and 6 were the missing girls. This is when it goes from him being sick to him being twisted. Now, one thing I caught on was how he got down is basically BDSM. It's basically,
bondage and shit.
Yeah, bondage and that 50 Shades of Grey shit. Mm-hmm. People do that.
Right.
But they do it willingly. Mm-hmm. R. Kelly was having these girls participate in this shit.
They ain't know about it. 'Cause I remember, you had mentioned the one chick, she said she had a threesome with an old girl.
Yeah.
She was like, she ain't find out. She knew an old girl. She was underage too, but she knew old girl was not of age during the time, but she thought she was 16. She didn't realize till after the old girl was actually 14.
And the crazy part about it is she was so manipulated that they fucked again even after she found out she was turning 15. Mm-hmm. The power for any human to have over another human like that. Today, I just heard this girl tell me that she's a minor, and I'm still going to do this.
Right.
Bro, that shit's crazy.
Crazy as hell.
And for the amount of women, including his wife, that this nigga held captive. And I look at all the people that surrounded him like, dog, when you saw Sparkle, I think it was, when you saw his wife come out the door and say, Daddy, can I get something to drink? Can I go to the bathroom? And he wasn't answering her at first. Sparkle had to tell him like, yo, somebody's calling you.
Yeah.
When you're not answering, and then, you finally answer, you like, yeah, go ahead. That's instantly questions like, is that a prisoner?
Not only
like,
that,
that's like the first thing I'm coming from.
Damn, before we even get to that point, somebody is asking you, can they go to the fucking bathroom?
Right.
My mother told me it got one time to ask my teachers, can I go to the bathroom? I say, no, just get up and go. Like, you guys can go to the bathroom, or he was starving them. They pissed him off so he wouldn't let him eat.
Right.
What? Like, really? And y'all good with this? Like, y'all stand? Y'all good?
Right. And that's the crazy shit dealing with manipulation. And that's why I say R. Kelly's a smart, dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you look at that, and they were good with it. Why? Because what he was doing to them made them not know any better.
Yeah.
And and they're driven by the promise of becoming a star.
Yeah.
They're driven by the promise of changing their life. They're driven by, I am involved with the biggest R&B star.
Yeah, that's what I noticed a lot. Like a lot of the kids that he was picking up on, where it was like, it's R. Kelly. He's the biggest star, and they trying to get on. They can sing. It was always something. They can sing. They can do something that they felt can get them on, and he took advantage of that. Like, he completely took advantage of that.
He took that, twisted it, turned it around, did everything under the sun, and was wild.
All for some ass. Like, Dog, it's just a lot of grown ass out there that you can mess
that
with.
will
That's
willingly
better, yeah.
fuck you.
Then not only that, would do probably more than what you even were requiring him to do.
Like, they said that every city he used to go to, he would go to malls, and he would just pick up kids. That's crazy. Now again, we only know of the women that have come forth. Mm-hmm. Imagine women that haven't. Mm-hmm. Imagine the ones that potentially killed themselves over this, because this is what you're doing to people. Something that they didn't willingly participate in. That's trauma. That's trauma beyond.
Imagine the
anything.
People that maybe you want to hit sex tapes or whatever the case is, and you get in trouble. So you can't even come out and be on a little documentary. So you in there, but
you signed an NDA, right?
Yeah, nobody knows that you're there. Like, you in trouble. So you locked away somewhere, being starved, and it's a whole documentary going on.
Right. He's like, you're not watching it.
Yeah.
They already said that old girl that they managed to get out, it said in the documentary, she went back to this nigga 2 weeks later.
No, it said 3 days. 3 days later, she went back. 3 days later, she went back. But at least, and it's fucked up because how they showed the picture, he had her cut his hair. This made me question R. Kelly, and we already had heard that he had bisexual things going on. But this made me question, like, what one of the interviewees was saying was she had to cut her hair, she had to dress like a boy. He basically wanted his boy toy.
Right.
First of all, that's weird as fuck. Second of all, it's your boy toy that you still fucking on.
Right.
So what do you really want to be fucking on men? But you probably can't get that, or you can't get that far.
There's no way that you. But you know what though? Given that it's R. Kelly, he probably could have. But there's no way you can get away with fucking a guy and it not come out that you just fucked a guy.
Yeah.
Because now you got a whole nother thing to deal with.
And I'm saying it probably could, but I'm pretty sure it's less than likely that you're going to get some 15-year-old dude to do half the shit that these women are willing to do.
Real shit. I would much rather be sitting here talking about R. Kelly gay than R. Kelly.
Absolutely.
Than R. Kelly did these things to these girls, man.
Absolutely. I was happy that they did find old girl. Even though she went back, I was happy that she was willing. She called back and she was willing to get the fuck up out of there during that time. So that shows some strength was still there.
There was still some of her there, but she had been manipulated and just, scrambled in the head so much that her sanctuary was back with R. Kelly.
Like I think her dad said, like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So that's surviving R. Kelly. So now I want to kind of get into these conversations. Like I said, R. Kelly's getting all of this, but there are definitely some ones that's gonna get some more. We talked about on the show that we don't understand that how people see power in, you know, being sexually abusive to women. And one of the reasons, there's 1,000,001 reasons, obviously, that I could never understand what R. Kelly was coming from. One of the reasons that I look at it and I think, how can you not know that you're a monster and you're destroying these girls' lives when you used to lock yourself in a bathroom and cry because you couldn't read? You know how that affected you. What did you think manipulating these women, forcing them to call you daddy, beating them, treating them like dirt, what did you think that was going to do to them as a child?
He didn't care.
He didn't give a fuck. Exactly.
He didn't care.
And that's what makes him so different from any other mental health case. He probably had
it was, if I got through it, they can get through it too.
Exactly. I made it. She need to make it too.
Right.
He didn't give a fuck. Like, outside of R. Kelly being a piece of shit, outside of R. Kelly being, you know, a monster, you know, whatever we're going to label him as going forward. We've already been labeling him anyway.
Right.
I take him out the equation and I think about the women. And you see the hurt that the ones that are strong enough to stick up.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see the hurt in their faces.
Help but to see it now.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of cases where you could look and be like, she's trying to get a come up. I didn't feel that with any of the women on that documentary.
I didn't feel that. Because a lot of them were breaking their NDAs just to.
I'm like, dog, you're about to get sued. And think about it. But it was also brilliant on their part because she's breaking the NDA. You can't sit here and say there was no NDA, but why are you suing me then?
Right.
If there was no NDA, if this shit never happened, why are you suing me?
You're absolutely right about that.
So the girls, they got one up on Kelly with that. But I look at all that kind of situations, man, and I mentioned in the beginning of this that it really is telling to me as a black man when you hear black women say that they're the most unprotected, you know, targets that you can have. Damn near 100 black women across 30 years be abused by the biggest R&B artist in the world. This ain't just Jim down the street. It's the biggest R&B artist in the world. And nothing. And he only goes to jail because of a sex tape.
Wait, I don't think he.
I'm sorry, he gets indicted because over a sex tape. He got to quit it, right? Yeah. He gets indicted over a sex tape, and it just makes you think like there's so much evidence there, but they're black women, and that shit hurt my heart. Like I have plenty to say, you know, as far as you know, certain things that go on in our community, but to know that this is the feeling, you know, that they've been feeling for so long, bro, that's just trash.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's beyond trash. And no one can make that make any more sense because we just witnessed Cosby get 15 years for raping a bunch of white women. We just saw that happen.
No. Right.
We just saw that happen. R. Kelly is still free.
Mind you, the Cosby shit happened 30 years ago, but carry on.
Right. And the Cosby shit happened 30 years ago. Let's really talk about it.
Yeah.
The Cosby shit happened 30 years ago, and we just witnessed that man go to prison for 15 years. And now,
probably for the rest of his life, yeah. Easily
for the rest of his life. R. Kelly got caught with the sex tape in 2002. You know what I mean?
Even if we want to take it far, he even admitted, so to speak, not only with that weak ass song, but he even admitted in 2017 they should have came and got me 30 years ago.
Right? Yeah, on a Facebook Live. Now we can even take away all the pedophilia. Let's focus on the kidnapped girls. Kidnapping is a life sentence. Kidnapping is a full ass life sentence. When you're accused of kidnapping, we're no longer accusing you of pedophilia. You already beat that case. You can't return there because there's no way of proving it. Double jeopardy. Now we're speaking on kidnapping. Someone has already come out and said that you kidnapped them.
Exactly.
You held them against your will. Mm-hmm. Nothing. We know that the judicial system don't give a fuck about black people.
It's not designed for us.
But, oh my God, they don't give a fuck about black women.
It's not designed for us. If black period, men or women, it's not designed for us, period. You know what I mean? Like, and this is a prime example. Like, women are coming out saying, he's done this to me, done that to me, and nothing. But let it be a white woman.
Oh, they'd be on his ass.
RKelly would have went to jail. And when that tape came out, it had to be a white woman. Especially after the OJ thing. You think they was going to let RKelly get away with it?
They couldn't let two niggas walk.
Fuck out of here.
And they don't look at it as two niggas walking. They're like, well, RKelly was raping them black girls and he got off. And that's crazy. And you look at it, this is one of those moments where a lot of black people do get upset with white people because this is a situation that doesn't involve y'all at all. And y'all had nothing to say. Y'all didn't want to change this no kind of way because everybody that was on that documentary was black.
Yeah.
Everybody that was
I think they had maybe like one or two. No, this is a handful of people that weren't black. But as far as speaking, yeah, they were.
There were some ones that were speaking on the mental illness and people that were speaking on what predators,
except for that Latina person. She was there. That Latina chick.
Right, yeah, well, of course.
Yeah. Outside of that, then yeah.
But they're brown people that fall in our community.
They definitely don't give a fuck about them.
Oh, at all. You see what they trying to do with the wall.
Right.
But, yeah, you look at all that and, I mean, y'all motherfuckers was speechless. Y'all didn't have shit to say like, man, well, that's not a problem.
It's funny, somebody had watching the documentary, they was like, I guess this was what white people feel like with OJ. And I had to correct them like, black people knew OJ did that shit.
Right.
We'd been on that. We was happy because, well, they, a little bit before my time, but they were happy because he got off the same way other guilty motherfuckers would get off.
Right. White motherfuckers would get off for killing black people.
Yeah. It wasn't
RW.
Yeah. It wasn't that he got off and he did it. No, it was, he beat y'all at y'all own game. That's what that was.
Exactly. So people were happy that he finessed. This is a completely different situation. Yeah. We know that he fucked them girls.
Yeah. For you to be a white person, no matter what your status is and you not say nothing about it, yeah, it's a little telling.
It's telling, man. And that's another thing too, because who was saying it? Torre. He was talking about when people go to the execs of these TV stations, they go to the execs of these record studios and everything like that. They're not ran by black people.
Nah.
And Torre says straight up, yo, should we be promoting this dude? Well, yeah, what are his numbers? Well, his numbers are this, that, and the third, but he also had sex with a kid.
Right.
Yeah, but what are his numbers? It's like a spit in the face. You know what I mean?
It really is. And I blame his record label too. Like, y'all stood by this man.
Anyone that was involved with R.Kelly.
Or say you're a piece of shit just as much as him and his fans are.
If you were involved in R. Kelly's day to day, you're just as at fault as he is.
Yeah.
Because, and then another thing you look at is, come on now, you're a celebrity. You're the biggest R&B artist in the world. If you getting fucked, your boys are getting fucked.
Oh, yeah.
So you gonna sit here and tell me that none of y'all niggas took down a kid? None of y'all niggas took down a sex slave? Stop it.
We already know y'all thought it was okay.
Y'all thought it was cool. His older brother said nigga had a preference.
Yeah, I snuffed his older brother out too.
Oh, he got to get snuffed out.
I'll snuff him out.
Keep his at whatever the fuck he did. Keep him there.
Keep him there.
He did it twice.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You can tell when he's wherever the jail or the prison that he's in, it got to be a minimum security because if he was in Max, they would have fucked him up already.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
But just kind of getting back to, the fact that it was black women, they kind of really was just left out there to just be victim and targeted.
Yeah.
When you see that kind of shit, when you see that the writing's on the wall, it's not like all these girls escaped and then told their story. They're still trying to get these girls back.
Exactly.
And then them fucking cops, all white, of course, the fucking cops talking about, oh, well, without a warrant, we can't do that.
That pissed me off. That pissed me off because I'm like, you came up to this person and he was like, oh, we got two options. They can open the door or we can break the door down, but we can't break the door down unless one. So I don't have two fucking options.
So I only have one option. If you don't answer the door, then I'm fucked.
Yeah. And it's funny how cops move. I'm going to tell you a little story. Back then when I was a sophomore, I got into it with these dudes and it was like a whole big beef thing. It lasted like the entire summer. one time my mother called the police, and again, I'm straight. I'm like, no, don't call the police. I'll handle it myself. So I really ain't want the police to come, but she called them. And I remember sitting, this is right after school. I remember sitting in my living room and this guy called, I'll never forget his face. I don't know his name, but I'll never forget his face. He looked at my mother and we told him the story, like, well, everything was going on. He looked at us and basically said, oh, I can't do nothing unless he gets shot. I'm like, so you can't do nothing at all. You can't, nothing. Whatever you can think of, you can't do it unless I'm physically harmed. That could potentially be life-threatening?
Right.
Really? So that put me in the same vein with these police. Like, they know, you know what I mean, old girl was there to get her daughter, whatever the case was.
Right.
Like, at some point, the job and humility or being human, you got to be able to separate the two.
Right.
Yeah, I know you may not be able to go into his establishment, whatever the case is, but there are other things you can do to get that person out of that house.
Right.
Because if the hotel called you like, hey, we're evicting, they're not leaving, you got probable cause in to go in there and do whatever you need to do.
Exactly. But that's another thing. Probable cause has gotten multiple black people shot and killed by the cops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Multiple black people.
Or searched, thrown in jail for shit. Yeah.
Again, everything I'm about to say is eliminating the pedophilia, is eliminating the sex tape, is eliminating Aaliyah. In the time that he held these women captive, we've watched multiple black people be shot and killed by the police because of probable cause. So you have probable cause to shoot and kill this person. You have probable cause to seize and search, which led to me being shot.
But you don't have probable cause to enter this building.
To enter this building. A building that I know that my daughter's in. The building I told you that I just saw my daughter in the window.
And I ain't seen her in 3 years.
And I ain't seen her in 3 years.
At bare minimum.
Probable cause.
Right. At bare minimum, you should be investigating a missing person report. At bare minimum.
At the very least.
You know, okay, this girl is missing and she's last seen in this building. At very least, she could be like, nah, okay, I can't go in there, but maybe I can get somebody to kind of post up here until this person comes out. Eventually, they're going to come out.
And another reason why it was very, very plain and simple, that is because it was a black woman. Look at, what's her name? Amanda Berry in Cleveland. She told this dude, call the police. I've been kidnapped. I've been out here for so-and-so years.
I remember that girl. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
And the dude called the police. And they went straight at it.
Straight at it. Wasting no time.
When they saw her in there, they was like, okay, she's in there. So what's the difference? If you know the difference. That's her right there.
Skin color is a difference.
Kicking this motherfucker. Exactly. Kicking this motherfucking door. Because that's her right there. I'm identifying my daughter that I haven't seen or spoke to in 3 years.
And me personally, like, I get it. You know what I mean? Cops, they are faced with a lot of tough choices, and it is dealing with lives. They got family feeding, so on and so forth. But I'm pretty sure that I will be able to go tell my girl, my wife, whatever the case is, that I lost my job because I broke protocol and saved this girl that I know is being kidnapped and sex trafficked. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure she'll be good with that.
Pretty sure everybody will be good with that.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure another job will pick you up once the story hits.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm pretty
be
sure.
fine.
Yeah. So for them not to, that's bullshit. That lets me know, like, don't get me wrong, I do not think all cops are bad or anything in the case, but it lets me know those particular cops, y'all full of shit.
They seem to all look alike. Let's just call it what it is. But, bro, I look at all that shit, man. And again, it's sad. Like, it was so hard to watch that last leg and just be like, y'all didn't even try. y'all didn't put forth no effort to try to rescue these black women.
Why? Because they're black and because it's RKelly. What did you think about, because the last 2 episodes of it, they did kind of touch on more modern stuff within the last couple of years. What did you think? They did show the video of, remember the video that came out that said about the whole sex cult thing and had the girl and so on and so forth?
Yeah.
What did you think about that when they showed that?
Again, bro, manipulation is a motherfucker. Because I remember watching the video and
they did point out that it was somebody saying.
No, you could definitely see the shadow, but I'm not even focusing on that. But you could for sure see the shadow of him cut it. But I've never seen anybody in this world, unless you're guilty and you're trying to, profess your innocence.
Okay.
I've never seen somebody with so much animation in their explanation try to explain what's going on.
None of that. I've never seen so many explanations at once. You would think, at least when it happens, like, okay, they're talking about something, okay, somebody put out an explanation video or just a video like, no, this ain't true. And that'd be that.
Right.
He put out hella videos.
And like, I look at one thing I'm going to use to explain my stance with it is, did you watch the video of OJ on trial the second time around?
I don't think I have.
Well, when he was trying to plead his case for breaking in the dude's spot and robbing him.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
He was like, I didn't know I was stealing. I thought I was confronting a friend. That's what old girl was doing. I'm like, that's when you know a motherfucker is lying. When you're putting so much into it, like you're trying your best to just seem so normal and, oh, no, not at all. Me and Rob, we're not doing anything like that. No, not at all. I'm like, bruh, first of all, she's out of her mind.
Yeah, right.
She's been manipulated so fucking crazy that she's no longer there.
Yeah.
Y'all need to take heed at that.
And sadly, she's still there. But
like, she's there, right? But it's like, get out. Mm-hmm. She's not there.
No,
she's
I
there,
mean, like,
she's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one. Two, you asked a simple question. Mm-hmm. Are you being held against your will? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'm not going to answer that.
Not going to answer. But why?
Why can't you say no?
Why can't you just say no? If that's the case, why can't you say no?
Why is this, you know what I'm saying? Why is this the answer that you can't, go through?
Right.
And then fast forward, same situation. And you know what? This actually goes back to the fucking probable cause. Fast forward, they see that same girl shopping in LA. And she's like, yeah, Robert's in Chicago. He sent me out here to do this, that, and third, but everything's still good. Mm-hmm. And with her is old girl's daughter. So we have a direct link between old girl with the shaved head
she
and
wasn't even looking
RKelly.
at it. You see that? She wasn't even looking at the camera. She was like, yeah.
So you have a direct link. We have video of this woman with somebody who admits lives with RKelly. Mm-hmm. That's still not no probable cause to kick in the door and, you know what I'm saying, make some heads ring real quick. Mm-hmm. Bruh. Oh man, it's so infuriating.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The system isn't designed for us at all.
In the least
bit. And it clearly shows it's not. One thing that did piss me off though was some of the parents.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of the parents pissed me off because I get it, you know what I mean? You want your kids to be successful, whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, you knew well before then, probably before the old girl was born, that this person has been accused of pedophilia.
Right.
Now, at that time, he wasn't charged with it, so you can say accused. And yeah, you still be like, you know what? I think the dad said, oh, it was just allegations. You know how allegations go. So you sold your daughter?
Right.
Really? And now you want your kid back? Really?
What's crazy, with one person in particular, with one of the girls that they have yet to get back, the way the family was talking about it, I'm like, y'all sound like y'all saw it come up. Mm-hmm. Like y'all sound like
I think a lot of them families saw it come up.
Like the wife was saying how we were at the RKelly concert, pulled my daughter on stage. So one, I just watched you fuck a child.
Yeah.
Get your fucking hands off my child.
Exactly.
That's one. Two, you pull my child on stage, everybody's dancing, having fun or whatever. You go to the back. I don't see my child for an hour. Mm-hmm. I have to shoot you now.
Not only that, she came out a different way from what
for a different way than what everyone else came through. Exactly.
We got issues.
And now, and this, it pissed me off because the father's like, he ain't never dealt with a father like me. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you handed your daughter to him.
Right.
Please shut the fuck up forever. So I look at all that and it was so many chances. Mm-hmm. Cause then he said that the daughter met with RKelly at a hotel for an audition, quote unquote. And y'all didn't know?
But wait a minute, no. There's no reason for you to be meeting, for anybody you be meeting at a hotel.
Right. Hell, I don't care for who the fuck it was.
Right. Hell, on acting side, of course, with this Weinstein stuff, I think they stopped that. Like, they don't do auditions. It has to be like an audition studio or via FaceTime, whatever the case is. Actually, my last audition was via FaceTime, but it has to be like something like that. They don't do the whole thing no more. But even then, like, really? You gonna let your kid just go to, okay, we're gonna go to this audition.
But that's the thing, they didn't know. Well, according to them, because the girl isn't free to explain it herself. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, they didn't know that she snuck off to do this. So they confront him like, yo, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't make this happen. But instead of shutting that shit down right then and there, well, she can't go nowhere without supervision. And you still allow this woman to work with this man. You still allow this woman to be alone with this man.
Unsupervised.
So then he tells you, I'm taking her on tour with me while I get her shit together. Exactly. The first one.
No.
Nah, what you mean? You fucked a kid. I saw you do that.
No.
Still just completely bypassed all that and was like, well, she can't go unless she's supervised, which should mean either I'm going, her father going, or goddamn it, we going on tour.
Right.
R. Kelly says, I'm going to set her up with one of my people. It's not funny, but it's like,
funny this motherfucker had the audacity.
this nigga you're so thirsty for to have your daughter be famous. You're so thirsty for you to get a bag and never have to work again.
Yeah, I won't even say famous. You thirsty for the bag, because if he was offering the bag and she really didn't have to do shit, you would take that.
You
and be
took
cool.
it.
Yeah.
You're so thirsty for the bag that this nigga told you, oh, don't worry, I'm going to have my best people with her. Right. Oh, okay, cool.
Best
and then
people.
you never saw your daughter again.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck y'all for that. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry for the pain, but it's self-inflicted pain.
Yeah.
You handed your daughter to R. Kelly.
Yeah, you did. It's funny because I have an older daughter, and I ain't gonna lie, like she's starting to hit her puberty, you know what I mean? And I'll be looking like, yo, like she trying to fill out. I wish a motherfucker would.
Oh, right.
There is not a word in the English language available right now for what I would do to somebody had they tried with R. Kelly's shop. There's no.
And that's what kills me, because my niece.
And I sit in court with a smile on my face.
Hey, did you kill him? Yep.
I'd do it again.
You killed the king of R&B. Sure did. I'm just like the motherfuckers that took Caesar out.
Yeah.
Make a shrine of me. Let me
Exactly.
be known.
Let me be known.
I took that motherfucker completely
I'm gonna
out.
go to jail and be that guy.
Exactly. Like, I look at my niece, bruh. She's 2 years off from the age that the sex tape came out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think your niece and my daughter's like the same age.
They are the same age, yeah. I look at all that shit, bro, and I'm like, I couldn't. I would go mad.
Yeah.
And it's not even my daughter, it's just my niece.
Mm-hmm. Let me be, of course now I would have, but let me be back then, and R. Kelly did this to my daughter. Not only R. Kelly getting it, everybody that's related to R.
Oh, yeah.
If you know R. Kelly personally, you're getting it. Like, no, this is not gonna just, not gonna happen.
That would have been a situation just like the fucking, the Titanic.
Yeah.
It'd been a bunch of motherfuckers just going in bulk.
Yeah. And it's easy for people to say stuff, including myself, in hindsight, that's easy. But I would have these same feelings in the moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If my niece ever told me she was at somebody's house and they daddy did this, I don't give a fuck how many kids there. I don't give a fuck if it's in the middle of a Bible study. I'm coming through that door and I'm choking him the fuck out.
See, me and you are very, even though I have the same sentiments, I'm a little bit more twisted than you. Cause let my daughter, I was at someone's house. Oh, everybody getting it. You ain't got no friends somewhere. Everybody getting it.
Everybody gotta go.
Everybody gotta go. That's just how I am when it comes to them. So to see parents willingly kind of ship their kids off for the bag, you're a piece of shit.
Absolutely.
You're a piece of
shit.
shit.
And then I don't know how you can do that. I mean, I keep going back to this because it's so crazy. And I'm going to touch on this as well once we get off, but it's so crazy how the life of a black woman is so minuscule to people. I look at the fact that as a parent, you said, here's my daughter. Here you go. You taking her on tour and your guy is going to watch her. The same guy that you fuck kids back in the day. Mm-hmm. The same guy that let you kidnap women today. Mm-hmm. Your guy's going to watch her. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Go get rich, babe.
Go get rich. Just
fuck
bring that bag to me.
Make sure that bag come back.
Fuck out of here.
And then you never saw your daughter again. You still haven't seen your daughter.
Nope. And again, I'm sorry for that pain, but like you said, it's self-inflicted.
Exactly. That pain is
it could have been
terrible.
Completely avoided.
That pain is probably something crazy. But you know what's crazy? At least dealing with those parents, the first set of parents, the one that had the Bluetooth.
I remember.
He was the initial one that spoke out about it when all that shit started.
Yeah.
He was the father of the daughter that was on TV. Mm-hmm. The one that was like, no,
yeah.
I still put fault in them as far as once they realized she's not gonna let go of being around R. Kelly, she should have been monitored. You know what I'm saying?
Personally, this is just me. I think every parent that came up there, except for the ones, the kids where, like I know the one kid, she went to like his trial and stuff like that. Those parents, then I get it. You know what I mean? Like you weren't there for it. But the ones that knew of him, that had some type of quote unquote business dealing with him that involved their child, nah, y'all, I look at all y'all the same. Y'all a piece of shit.
No, I agree. But that's what I'm saying. I look at them as less of piece of shits, even though they're still a piece of shit, because when they saw the writing on the wall, they took her out of it. She didn't want to come out of it.
Yeah, that's something different. Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate side that, overly protected kids become the most sneakiest motherfuckers on earth.
This is true.
So
honestly, it's a fine line. It's slippery slope. You got to work with kids because
slope.
if you be too overprotective, then they do all this stuff. But if you're not protective enough, it's a slippery slope.
Right. You got to somehow find that fine line.
You got to walk that line. Yeah.
But with them, again, I still think they're pieces of shit because no one in this world can tell me you don't know what the fuck R. Kelly been doing. This man, again, like I mentioned, for 3 generations, has been in the news for abusing women, whether statutory rape or kidnapping. That's been the asterisk on his career.
Yeah.
Throughout his career.
Yeah. I'll be 30 in 4 months. And in my upcoming 30 years of living, I have only known R. Kelly to either make a hit song or deal with kids. Yeah.
There's no in between. I don't know where this nigga donated money to.
Nothing.
I don't know what relief he done formed. None of it. He's either a timeless music maker or a pedophile rapist. And I just found out, who'd have thunk it, that approaching his 30 years of living, I also find out the nigga kidnaps women.
Right.
And he abuses them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
What did you think about, this is going back a little bit, this whole Sparkle thing? I know it's funny because it's at the time, one of my songs that I liked of him when it was him and Sparkle and they were kind of a duet. Now, she was on the video talking about everything was orchestrated, how I flipped my hair, how I walked, how I looked. What did you think about that whole ordeal?
It was funny that she mentioned that because they even showed the video.
Yeah, they just showed.
And the first thing I thought of was like, damn.
Even in the video, you look like a woman that didn't want to be there.
Yeah, you look like somebody that didn't want to be there for one, but for two, one thing that I think none of us noticed out the gate because the song's so old for one, and for two, you weren't really putting pieces together like that. Dog, she looked like Aaliyah in the video. She had the hair draped over the eyes. She had the same bop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she did a little bit.
He trained her.
And shit, and not only that, the song was about, like you said, being in a relationship, being mistreated.
Right.
This man been mistreating you, and he said, you know what, let's make a song about this.
See, let's go ahead.
And you gonna be in it. And now, you willingly said, okay.
With the Sparkle thing, I'm glad she was as vocal as she was.
Yeah.
Let me give her credit before I throw a little shit. I'm glad that she was as vocal as she was. I'm glad she was front stage and center at the courthouse to be the only person in that family to point like, no, that's my niece and that is R. Kelly on that sex tape. I applaud her tremendously. It was a failed effort, unfortunately, but I applaud her for risking. I'm putting so much on it because of the next thing I'm going to say. I applaud her for risking her entire career after having a hit record, putting everything on the line to make sure this man gets what he deserves. I applaud her for that. She did not have to fucking drop a single the day after the last episode of the documentary come out. Cause now.
Yeah, I did see now she has an album coming out.
Now you're making your validity come into question. Cause did you do this? Have you been doing this entire time to get notoriety for your music? Like, to me, I hate when people do that. And that's why I was so happy that in the documentary, they interviewed women that had paper trails. Cause you could say all day, oh, she lying. You can't fight facts, nigga. This is pictures.
Right.
This is a sex tape.
Before we even go there, you knew, I'm talking about Sparkle, she knew that this man was a pedophile and abusive because she had been dealing with him beforehand. She said it to herself, what he was doing for my career, I thought he can do the same for her. So that lets me know that you put that bag before then. You put that bag before her mental and physical health. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he can make you blow up, but he might fuck on you. No, that's not an even exchange.
Right.
That don't work.
And that's what's so weird to me because I'm like, dog, as a woman.
That's what I'm saying.
You're giving up another woman to somebody that you know for a fact. And you say, you hear the rumblings in the music industry. Nigga, ain't no such thing as rumblings in the music industry. That shit's true.
It's true.
If you're hearing a bunch of motherfuckers in the industry talk about what this person's doing, they're not making this shit up to have casual conversation. Everybody ain't wrong. And it's so crazy how his team members were casually saying, oh yeah, I was there when he married Aaliyah. Nothing in your head said, I should kick him in his mouth. Like none of that, clicked in or whatever. Anyway.
When the priest said, does anybody, what did they say, if you're going to stand up, say something about this marriage? None of y'all decided y'all wanted to say nothing?
And that's another thing I look at too. Like the brothers even said R. Kelly was soft.
Yeah.
R. Kelly grew up soft. You know, he was soft his entire life. He didn't get any confidence until he dropped out senior year.
Not only that, it's obvious he's soft because he don't want to. He ain't heard about him fight no dude or getting nobody to do. It's always women.
It's always women, young women, women that he can easily manipulate, women that he can overpower the whole nine. One of y'all niggas really could have whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Easily.
But to them, he was breaking them off with that bag. So it goes back to something you said earlier. It shows how much having money could do for you because he had money to make sure the people that was letting him do this were good.
Absolutely.
So they was like, yeah, maybe they were like, I know this is wrong, but he didn't give me $100 grand. I ain't gonna say shit.
Wait, come on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
when did the bag become more important than this person's mental and physical well-being?
Right, and we said it on the show before. How much do your morals cost?
Yeah.
Like, how much? Like, what that shit run for?
Yeah.
Like, I look at. All right, now again, this isn't funny, but I look at one situation where one of the girls tells RKelly, "Look, I took one of the tapes, and it just so happened to be the tape that had the 14-year-old on it. I took one of the tapes, left it at a hotel. This dude has it. We have to get it back." RKelly was probably like, "Huh, you motherfucker, you."
He was like, "Oh."
So he drops.
He was, "Ooh."
He drops $250,000 to get the tape back, and then puts the nigga through a lie detector test. And the dude says he says that he didn't make copies, and they found out that was a lie. So he gave him the $250,000 and said, "I need every last one of them tapes." And he brought back like 15 tapes. Can you imagine being RKelly and you wake up and you turn on the news, the RKelly sex tape?
You like,
oh
what?
my God. Oh my God. Like, you just lose your shit. Like, oh shit. Dog, imagine if Twitter was around that time.
Bruh.
He'd have woke up to millions of mentions.
He would have woke up because his phone would have not stopped blowing up.
Been chilling, just
Yeah. The crazy part about that is though, like for the person that had it, it goes back, how much your morals cost? Like, you were in the optimal position. If this is what if you're looking for a bag, you are in the optimal position to capitalize on this. This person with $250,000 to follow his tapes back. No, you're going to give me whatever I want because I ain't got $250,000 now.
Right.
But I got this tape now.
And what's even crazier about it, when the tape dropped, motherfuckers started selling it.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking
There was a lot of bootleg tapes going around.
This motherfucker selling this shit in the store. Yo, we got the RKelly sex tape. Like, dog, you don't feel like shit at just selling this child pornography?
Exactly.
Bruh, it's but then again, this all kind of wraps back around to it being black girls. Because you think about it. Imagine, just put yourself in the position.
It's hard. I can't. Whose position?
The other person I'm about to mention right now. Not RKelly.
RKelly, the girl, or the prostitute? Which position are you talking about?
None of them. Imagine you are the front desk agent at the Marriott or the Waldorf, wherever the fuck RKelly was staying at. And you watch these young ass girls like, that's a child. That is definitely a child. And these people, all they saw was a young black girl and was probably like, she a little groupie hoe about to go have sex with RKelly. She looks a little young though. Like, dog, you gave that little of a fuck about these little black girls. I'm
gonna give you two options. The first one, you watch the tape, you're young, and the girl is standing upstairs, and you ain't
like, exactly, you know she upstairs. Because one of the girls even mentioned that girl was with him for years later.
Right. So
the family was with him for years later too. That's fucking
that's
sick.
fucked up. That's real sick.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. So not only you have that, then
they said that Sparkle's brother or cousin was still playing the bass for this nigga.
No, I think it was old girl's dad or her brother. I guess it would be Sparkle's brother.
I think it was Sparkle. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing it would be her brother because it was the girl in the video's dad. He ain't want to say nothing because he was still playing for it. He didn't want to lose whatever. You're a piece of shit. But no. So imagine you already know the girls is upstairs. Imagine if you're looking at this like, and I've seen some people saying, during the video, she probably of age, or if she ain't, she look of age to me. I hear regular niggas saying that like, are you kidding me?
Oh, and I'm about to get on these regular niggas too, real quick. But imagine being that person and it's a white girl. Oh, hello. I think R. Kelly's here with another minor. I think it's the girl from the tape.
Right. I think there's some child pornography going on. Like, you've been saying something if it was a white girl.
Like, all of a sudden, now you give a fuck. Like, dog, man, the energy got to be the same.
Yeah, it has to be.
And it's funny because one thing that we keep mentioning is the system was never set up for us. And obviously, the opposition don't give a fuck about us. But this country hasn't given a fuck about women for a very long time.
That's very true.
So now you got black women?
Yeah.
Come on. Like, everyone turned a blind eye. And that's so fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, now there are people whose lives are destroyed. Sparkle's family's done.
Yeah, it's kaput. She already, I think she even said in the video, they're strange. She don't talk to them often. So yeah, it's already
I'm sure
kaput.
none of them talk.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the parents of the daughter and the uncle don't talk to anyone in the family. So I'm sure they're estranged. Sparkle's probably estranged from everybody because, like, you caused all this.
Right.
Bro, that family is done. That family's no more.
All because he wanted a nut.
All because he wanted a nut and with a fucking child. But to go into what you were saying, like what niggas was talking about, I'm so fucking tired of seeing motherfuckers cape for this nigga. And then your only argument is, the arguments is those girls wanted it. They wouldn't have been in that position. They weren't trying to be singers. Like, nigga, stop fucking blaming the victim.
I don't care if they want it or not. They can throw themselves at you. It's a fucking minor.
It's a fucking kid. At the end of the
day, it's a fucking minor. So yeah, when I hear this stuff like that, and I've been hearing all sorts of stuff since that documentary dropped, even before then, I'm like, dude, why are you caping for this pedophile?
Right. And even with the adult women, like, you look at the whole kidnapping.
That blows my hair back.
Exactly. Like you look at the kidnapping situation, like, yeah, we see these minors who are easily manipulated, easily brainwashed or whatever. Okay, cool, got it. You have these adults who are also blinded by the fame, blinded by the chances of being this.
Yeah, we seen on the doc, he's getting laid out of the courtroom or going to jail, and RKelly, we love you. Do you realize what he's
like? You know what he's going to jail for, right?
Right. Do you realize what's going on?
Like, you look at all that, like, they're so blinded and jaded by who he is as a person. This man is a shrine. This is a walking shrine,
right? All because he put out some music.
He's going to give you an opportunity. And you're instantly in there. So you're already going in with this mindset that I'm going to let this man get whatever he want out of me to make sure I'm going to be the next big celebrity. And the fact that
the killer part about it is that never comes.
Never comes.
None of these.
And no one ever questions why it's not coming.
Yeah, nobody has ever said, well, yeah, she got fucked on, but look at her now. Nobody says that.
None of them. And that's the crazy part, because manipulation is a motherfucker. Throughout that time, he was training them how to walk, training them how to talk. So the whole time you're dealing with all this training, and in your head you're thinking, I'm becoming an artist. I have to call him daddy though.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna call him daddy. Become an artist. I have to sleep with him though. Okay, I'm sleeping with him. I'm calling him daddy. I'm learning how to walk. I'm learning how to talk. I'm doing this, that, and the third. After that, it takes 2 weeks to create a habit. You're officially his slave. And you ain't even in the studio.
You're not even in the studio, right? He don't even have you in the studio on some shit that maybe he wrote. He decided he wanted to give to you. None of that.
None of it. And now, you know what I'm saying? And now you're a whole ass slave. So I look at those kind of situations, and motherfuckers said those girls were weak minded. They're like, dog,
nah,
stop that shit.
Stop it.
Like, this is one of those situations where niggas need to just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Look at the situation
and get him the fuck up out of here.
That's it. This is one of those times. This is one of when people say that, you know, black men don't protect black women. This is one of those times that they're fucking talking about, because you're sitting here blaming children and you're blaming women for being manipulated. Like, you've never manipulated a chick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all got to shut the fuck up with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Because these are really the niggas that you want to smack in the mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll be a firm believer. Even if you listen to this and you disagree, I'll smack you in the mouth too.
Easy. And if you want to get that smack to see if we're about it, have at it.
Yeah. Go for it.
You know what I'm saying? We're not the hardest motherfuckers to find.
Right.
But I look at all that shit. I take all that shit into account. And the fact that motherfuckers can still, you know, draft the fucking energy to still victim blame and draft the energy to make it seem like these women asked to be abducted.
If they put the same energy into victim blaming as they did to getting him out of here, RKelly wouldn't be here no more.
If they put the same energy into victim blaming as they did into victim protecting before they become fucking victims, there would be no RKelly situation, period.
Yeah.
We would just have the king of R&B.
Honestly, I can't even, before I can say, okay, well, on a record standpoint, then yeah, maybe you can get that to him, but no, because ain't no kings that I'm appreciative of doing this.
No, but that's what I mean. Take away Mary and Leah. Take away the sex tape. Take away the sex cult. Take away the pedophilia. Keep R. Kelly's timeless records. He'd be the king right now.
That's what I'm saying. He'd be the king right now.
He'd be that guy. If we focused more.
But I can't separate, and this is a case where I can't separate.
Oh, and I refuse to.
I can't do it. Nope.
But what I'm saying is, there was so much more focus on getting the bag that you gave up your daughter.
Yeah.
There was so much focus on getting the bag that you just said here. And again, I can't help but to keep relating it back to black women because you don't hear about niggas doing that with their sons.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But they just gave up the daughter.
And even if you gave up the daughter for the bag, you ain't got that bag no more.
You never got the fucking bag in the first place. You got a settlement that I guarantee you not one of those fucking parents still have right now.
That's what I'm saying. If you ain't got that bag and you ain't got your daughter.
Now.
Was that Louis bag worth your daughter?
Right. Now you just got an hour on a documentary.
Right.
That's all you got. That's literally all you have.
Right. You went viral for 15 minutes and now you're back in obscurity looking for your daughter.
Oh God. So anyway, we're gonna close this out eventually. Just getting super pissed. Now, so that's to the men. That's to the men that's really caping for the victim. I think we've made it very clear how much we do not fuck with R. Kelly and the things that he did throughout the 2 years that we've been doing this show.
Yeah.
This is just adding on. But anyway, to the women that are caving for this man.
Fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is your problem? Like seriously.
Like he makes that good of music. So for these women that cape for him, that support that, you a piece of shit. Maybe not as much of a piece of shit as R. Kelly, but you a piece of shit.
You definitely a piece of shit. And then we really look at the situation. These are the women who end up in the situation and then come running out, help me. You know, like, I've been kidnapped. Like, but we've been trying to tell you.
I was
for
a
the
little,
longest.
I was a
this
little,
nigga does this.
Little taken back the fact that there was 2 women on there that were in their 30s that he was able to do this to.
I wasn't.
Only reason I was taken back by is because them being older than me, I'm like, okay, if I know what R. Kelly's about, y'all definitely know what R. Kelly's about.
Absolutely.
And y'all still went forth to do this. And the killer part about it wasn't like he was saying he can get y'all on singing. Y'all was just fucking with him. Like the one chick, she was like, her and R. Kelly, they may have started talking or whatever the case was. She seen the tape. Honesty, she seen the tape, confronted him about it. He went ballistic and said he was going to kick her ass. She proceeded to get in the car with him or be with him, and he proceeded to kick her ass, and she stayed with him.
Fucked him that night.
Like, are you kidding me? That makes me think. First of all, I'm going to say pause, but this make me think. Does R. Kelly really have that good of an opinion that he got these girls like that?
But the magic stroke.
Like he got to be, right?
It has to be. He sings to him during. There's the only thing.
It has to be, because I really don't understand how these women, these older women, or these women that support. I don't get it. Like,
but that and that's what's so crazy to me, because that infatuation. Because like you said, she's 33, so that means she's been with R. Kelly mentally for some years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So here's the opportunity. I don't want to believe the sex tape. I don't want to believe the prisoners. I don't want to believe all that. I just want to believe what R. Kelly is telling me, and that I'm not the only woman. This isn't victim blaming.
Nah, not
this isn't
at all.
victim blaming. What happened to those ladies is beyond fucked up.
Yeah, and it shouldn't happen, period.
And I'm using that to relate it to the women that are talking now, caping for them. They probably had the exact same mindset. It's that caping for him that you going, but when you find out that R. Kelly really is this nigga, it's too late.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand how there are women that are caping for him. Like, out of all, especially black women, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Like how are there black women grabbing at this nigga's dick at concerts? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't make no fucking sense.
Not at all.
So, I mean,
throwing your panties on stage. Trust me, he don't want them panties.
Right.
He want the training panties.
Much younger ones, right?
Yeah.
Now that's something that y'all got to work out in y'all community, but that's just some shit that I won't understand.
Nah, I won't either.
And I never will understand.
Nah.
Y'all rocking with us. Kev, let the people know where they can find you.
I'm kind of back on Twitter again. _ Hollywood Kev is my Twitter. My Instagram is _ Hollywood Kev _ definitely gonna be on Instagram some more. It's 2019, so expect big things.
A whole lot. At Big Los IG on IG. And of course, you can follow at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Listen, it's hot.
Yeah,
For the amount of going
hot.
off we just did.
Yeah,
it's hot as hell in here.
Yeah.
And it's like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So understand, we will always be beyond passionate about, the fuck shit that we see with these predators. You know what I mean? For the children, for the black women, for, just generally protecting our community. Like this shit is some bullshit. And we wish that this was held to a higher regard than just getting brushed off because it's just black people with black people.
Yeah.
Everybody
it's black people problems. No,
it's a black
it's not.
problem. Exactly. Like when people tell you, you should focus on black crime before you focus on, police killing black people. You don't give a fuck about black on black crime though. You don't give you don't realize that black on black crime is a thing. It's just fucking crime because we can sit here and say the Oklahoma City bombing was white on white crime. I'm pretty sure wasn't too many black people working in that.
I'm
fucking
still waiting
building.
on white people to say whatever like events going on, they're calling the person a terrorist.
No, of course.
I've yet to have
that's
seen
not
that.
That's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think, and then with black people, I think we only got one terrorist, and technically he was just a heartbroken dude that was trying to plot his way around. But anyway, all jokes aside, this is something that always means, something deeper than what a lot of people try to put down. At the end of the day, when we say it all the time, we are literally all we got.
Yeah.
We are in this fight alone. Like we have allies, but at the end of the day, when the shit go down, it's going to be us. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I care about us. Mm-hmm. So as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.